Well, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. It's another edition of the Night's Duel with your favorite commentator, Chris G. Let me get this mic in front of my face here. There we go. So we've got Mike Sanders and Mark Hottmann. Race to 10, Mark. The current night, he chose 8-ball. And it looks like he won the leg. So this is going to be pretty exciting. I think Mark won one or two of these already. I think two. I think I commentated both of them, so I should probably remember that. Thank you. Got myself a beverage. Hope this camera's doing all right. Someone cocked it off to the side with their cue. Did a last minute fix. Looks pretty good, actually. Yeah. What do they say? Don't let perfection be the enemy of good enough. Kendall would hate to hear that. But hey, it's a lot better than it was. I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, Mike's not wasting any time here on these stripes. I think the trouble ball is going to be the 12, but it does have a pocket. So let's see what he does here. Leaves a little angle. Let's go ahead and look at the dual view so you can see the overhead. Yeah, it looks like that cleanly goes in the side. Oh, a little too much bottom left, and if you don't hit that with a good stroke, you actually get a little masse out of it, causing him to cut that ball a little thin, giving Mark a chance here. I mean, what a way to start the match, though. Oh, we got a couple of logos showing here. Let's see if I can fix that one. There we go. Yeah, I leave for one morning and all hell breaks. Sounded like a rough day. I would be in the booth with Tim, but he is, I don't know if he's sick, but he lost his voice. So he typed that he really apologizes to everybody. He wish he could be here, and you're stuck with me. Although I got MH on backup, as well as Ray when he gets done with this weekly tournament and finds a little bit of time in between matches. We'll get you some guest commentators up here. And everybody loves MH. Most people love Ray. Mark's not messing around, although that's not going to be the easiest shot in the world. That's a little window to get on if he was trying to go in between the 8 and the 12 for the 2. I think coming down table a little more, or guaranteeing maybe a bump on that, might have been a little higher percentage. Nice cut. And a shot on the 2. Little bit of a stop shot. Might have the cue ball drag out a little to the right, a couple inches. And 8-ball on the side. Okay, he just rolled it in. He didn't want to take any chances. This 8-ball should not be a problem. My jacket's rubbing on the mic. Sorry about that. Game 1 goes to Mark, the reigning knight. He's been playing, like I said, at least 2 weeks. Unstoppable force. So we did forget to do the flyer. Well, I don't know if we forgot. You know, every once in a while people get busy. It happens. But we're looking good. Let me take a peek at the listing here. Yeah. All right. So next week we're off for ACS. So no queens, no queen bees, no jesters, no knights. But there will be a weekly Sunday tournament, which they had 30 people for today. So if you're not an ACS or you're just looking for some time in between matches there, come on down. Sundays, 1 p.m. You want to be here before 1 p.m. so you can get signed up. That's the weekly Sunday 8-ball tournament here at the Mad Apple. And by the way, we are at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard. Please take the link on YouTube and share it all over Facebook. We want to try to get these numbers up a little bit. This is going to be a good match. The downside is we're fighting the Packers. So I think a lot of people are going to watch this after the Packers. Maybe we'll gain a few during halftime if the snacks have depleted. Because we know Packer fans, they're going to be eating a lot of cheese today. If you're a plumber, it's probably a good thing. You're going to make a lot of money on Monday when they can't flush their toilets. Let's see what we got here. All right. Heard a little feedback here. Clearing that up. Hopefully you guys are audio's clear and everything's good. You know, one of these days I'm going to hook the mic up so you can hear table audio. I just, for some reason, I never have enough time to do it. Hit that one a little hard. Bringing Mike back to the table. Obviously, Mike doesn't want to let Mark have too many games. In fairness, Mike had a pretty runnable table there. And you know how it goes. Maybe you get a little nervous, you decelerate. Next thing you know, your opponent's at the table. See, those kind of things get in your mind. And you got to let it go. We'll see if Mike can clear that first game and that shot from the memory banks and start fresh. Because, I mean, really, this is super early in this match. It's anyone's game. Let's see what we got here. Well, we got a few people watching. How you guys doing today? Let's make sure the chat's working. Throw a poll out there. Little Packers Lions poll. Keep you guys excited. Pretty easy to remember. Mike's got the pink shirt on. What a shot there in the side. Not a lot of reward there with the 3-6. You know, Mark's got, did I say Mark has the pink shirt? Mike has the pink shirt. Ooh. Hit it a little thick. So now this is an opportunity here for Mark. Little bit tricky. You got some options on the 10-9. I mean, the combo off the rail's doable. The carom is doable, but is the cue ball going to be in a good spot afterwards? And then you still got to get down there for that 11. All right, he did try the carom, hit it so well that the cue ball just went right in. So ball in hand for Mike. Someone voted for the Lions? Come on. You must be trolling me. Who could that be? I don't have a name. Doesn't tell me who voted. But that's okay. It's your right. Vote any way you like. Speaking of voting, don't forget to vote. Next week's going to be pretty exciting. Or I should say this week. That's the poll I should put up. If I had 100+ viewers, I'd definitely throw one of those. Ooh, that 8-ball. That 8-ball's cruising. Did not block the 7. He is okay. Now I'm just rolling this in. Just roll it in. Oof. Hit it thick again. You know, they say the first game is the hardest to win. I think the last game's hardest to win. MH thinks every game's the hardest to win. Speaking of MH, hello. Did you bring me some tea? He doesn't even get the headset on. I'm already messing.
Nice one, Mr. G.
Yeah, you know. I'm unoriginal.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got Mike and Mark.
Yeah.
Mike has the pink shirt on. Easy to remember.
It looks orange.
It is kind of a pinkish orange, maybe a salmon. Would
Salmon.
you call that a salmon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yummy.
All right. So
Salmon patty.
Mike had a table run on the first game,
Mm-hmm.
passed it back to Mark. Mark won. And Mike's been missing. He's been hitting the balls thick. A little first win nerves.
A little extra adrenaline flowing through his veins and tightening your muscles.
Look at that, though.
Lovely stroke. How's he doing? He's okay. At
that
least he's
is
not on top of it.
Fine. Yeah. I'm totally fine with a shot like this.
But that was a good follow shot.
What are you doing here? Not too much inside, but a touch.
Yeah, you got to make sure. It's just naturally you end up going into the one place down here. I was just going to say, this one quarter of the table you don't want to be on, and this is where this ball just wanted to go. You had to do something. So when you said that question, what do you do here? I hadn't figured out which way to go yet, but
Well, he put right on it, and that was obviously
well,
not the right answer.
and center, and they all end up pretty much in that corner anyway. You know, it doesn't do much difference. Hit it harder, but then you scratch right past the 8. No, it's without standing out by it, but there may have been an inside English shot which I would try and avoid, unless I really felt
it is
good
a little
about
tougher, yeah. A little
no,
harder.
so then the other option is more of a draw with outside English and go square through the middle of the table and
I like that.
Stay up there.
Yeah, I like that.
Look at the shot.
Oh.
Well, that's a good hit.
And this is going to set up Mike pretty well for his first game. Does have to execute, though.
That's right. You have to have seen what the shot looks like before you shoot it. Otherwise, it's guesswork.
So out of all the viewers, they all say the Lions are going to win. And I
Against
know you don't like
against the
the
Christians.
Packers. I know you're
Oh,
not
I thought
a.
you were going biblical verses on me
No,
there.
no, no, not today.
No,
Not today. We're
what's
competing
that?
against the Packers right now.
Hockey, is it? What were you talking about? What's that?
It's American football.
Oh, right, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that one where the guy throws that squished ball and the other guy catches it
And
and
then he
everybody's like,
kicks it
yay.
sometimes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the
Okay.
refs usually say something.
Yeah.
Change the game.
I'm going with the Lions.
The Lions?
Mm.
Yeah. You like Detroit?
No, I just like Lions.
You just like Lions. You don't like Packers?
Oh, no, I'm going with the, oh, no, Packers. Yeah, yeah, I've got a hat, green and gold.
I thought you liked fudge.
I do. No, I'm just joking around.
You do, huh?
My friends always ask me, are you a Packer fan yet? And I have my special hat. Let's watch him break first and
Mm-hmm.
blab away like
Oh, it's okay.
crazy idiot.
We got a long match. It's okay to entertain a little bit here.
Oh, I've only got 5 minutes. I told my wife I was going to be home to help rake the leaves.
I thought you were in the tournament. You're out of the tournament?
I'm out.
Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Insult to injury.
No, I've got my GB hat, my green and gold GB hat.
What's Ray? He's got a safety vest on. Why does Ray have a safety vest on? Is he
He thinks that's green and gold, but it's really green and lime.
It's the Trump thing.
It is.
Yeah, the garbage man thing.
But why? What does that mean? I saw it. I don't know what it meant. Do you know about it?
Yeah, so Trump got into Green Bay for his little
Are you talking about
rally.
Judd Trump, the snooker player, or?
No, former president Donald
Oh, okay, yeah.
Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And he drove a garbage truck around and did some of the work.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
In Green Bay.
Yeah, somewhere up there. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So Ray was at that rally.
He's cleaning America again.
He's got his patch on his back. I think it says I voted. Yeah, he's fully pumped. What a character. All right, so ball in hand here for Mark.
In the last election, he was wearing the hat for the guy who was gonna.
The math?
Yeah,
Yeah. The math hat.
spelt wrong, obviously.
Make America think harder is what that stands for.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh, that's clever. I did not know that.
Yeah, but no independent's ever going to win. Even if they did win,
Yeah.
they don't have the House or the Congress, so they can't do anything. I know it's a sad situation.
So on Monday. I've got to call the embroider. I'm having my hat made. It's
Yeah.
it's the British flag,
Yeah.
right? The red, white, and blue, and they're embroidering on it. Make America Great Britain again.
Oh, geez. I heard that your people are not having enough babies to support the country.
I told you that, Elon Musk.
Yeah, yeah. I believe everything that man says.
Well,
He's from the future, you know.
I'm not sure. It's not. Can't say no to that. Alien.
As far as I'm concerned, that just means that there might be some lakefront property available for a generation or two. That sounds great to me. I feel like we're too populated. Boom.
Well,
Slam
the
that ball in.
reason I feel that he feels that, of course, is he's looking long term.
Yeah, like way longer than our
and
life.
views long term our extinction is quite possible.
Specifically
unless we
Europe.
find ways to not do it,
Yeah.
survive. But so yeah, but that doesn't really mean. So he's saying what he needs to just to future his longer term goals.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
But
yeah.
if we do end up in a position where our resources are stretched so thin, and
Less people are probably better.
we end up having well, I don't know.
Everyone's going to have to get to work, though. It's like a smaller company. You always notice if that one person's not working.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you mean? Oh, look, these guys are playing pool. Should we watch this match?
We are, yeah. It's 1-1. Mike got his game finally, so that first game, which is always tough to get.
That was always going to be too small, I think. That window, he must have judged that it went past the one ball.
I think that at this point he's probably playing a little bit safe.
Well, definitely got to come up with a plan here now that stripes the 14 is there. Now, it's no good just shooting these balls off unless it somehow either A, breaks the 14 out or gives you a chance to.
He's got a chance here if he gets on the 2 just right.
Or even if he rolls forward and gets...
Ooh, not that forward.
Oops.
But yeah, he was going to put an angle on the 2. Right.
I see what you're saying, yeah. And it's the same issue for stripes too, really, isn't it?
Sure is.
And just because of the 15 and the 12, you really would like to find a way to shoot the 12 first to open up the 15. Is there a draw shot on the 12 in the side, and then cue ball floats down and just taps the 5 ball? That's what he's there. He hasn't placed the cue ball yet where he's going to have it. Is he going to put an angle on the 12 ball? Yeah, look, he's not. He's looking at what he's going to do next. He's thinking about what angle he wants on his next ball.
It's definitely going to be tricky.
I would, with ball in hand, be looking at a little bit more angle on this 12 ball and actually breaking it out while shooting the 12 on the side. Oh, he's got another plan here, and it's
yeah, that's going to be a little straight on the 11 to do anything.
You don't want to be shooting too many balls in the pocket. But if you can get an angle on something, it was worth shooting the 11 to get there.
I'll tell you what, Mike hits the ball hard, firm, with purpose.
Yeah. So he might be able to, if he, look, he's just getting behind exactly, whereas what he's showing you what he's thinking here, which if you get very straight on this 12 ball, you can run forward with the cue ball, either slightly to the left or right, and get it either way.
I like that. Yeah.
But you kind of have to get the speed has to be perfect here because he's got to get straight on the 12, and he's done pretty well there. So he's come just far enough, I think, and he's getting down on it quick. So he likes it. He's going to use the rail now, but he's got to follow this sweetly forward. Oh, no, he had a different idea there. Did you see what he was shooting there? He was shooting the stripe into the rail and then off his ball and then in. It's actually a good option.
Smart.
If he can make it work.
Right. And like you said, he didn't take all his pawns off the table. Right. I mean, he's still got a couple of balls. The one might be.
He's still got a plan B and a plan C available if necessary.
Are you getting on the 1 here?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Follow with and spin around. Just missed the 2 ball with a little bit more speed. He had the perfect line. Look at that. Well, he's also perfect on the 2, which is what he was trying to do.
Exactly.
And that's the wonderful thing about this game is if you can find a way to get out, no one can say it was wrong, and I'm definitely not saying that.
Look at that tangent line now.
Yeah, he's got a follow shot here with left-hand spin and bump the 1 ball out.
That's going right into the 8.
Good call, Mr. G.
Oh, no,
and the billiard Scots. He's played that as good, almost as good as you possibly could.
Just about perfect.
The only thing to play better would be you'd have to anticipate what just happened there and hit at a slightly different speed. But still got a chance here, but unfortunately for him, the cue ball's going to be going away. What happens if he whips around the angles? Now he's going to play soft.
Oh.
Ah, so he could probably... Look, if you look at the combination on the 8-14, imagine wanting to make the 14, and the cue ball then can drift over to the other side of the table, and at least, well, he has a bank shot then, and you've opened up the pocket here. It's a bank shot that he would have to make.
This is a
what else is he thinking there?
Off the rail, off the 14.
Yeah, it's just quite a little bit far away, isn't it? If he hits it perfect, it still doesn't go in. Just clipped it before.
They're
having a chit chat about whether that was a good hit, but it was definitely a good hit. Or maybe that's not what they were saying, but
let's hope it was.
He did clip the ball, but it's his own ball.
Both friendly players.
I say, Mr. G, the production values on these shows now are very good. Look at the camera angles.
We're trying, I mean,
that was a good shot.
After a week or two, though, everything needs to be touched and focused and recolor adjusted. But it's about as simple as it can be. Well, there you go.
Well,
that's going to be another one. It's
going to be a good match, isn't it? Both of them are playing good. And this gentleman here, I don't
Oh.
know, looks to be playing nice and aggressively and
Yes.
hitting the ball well. So
I was a little worried because he fumbled around on the first game, which was a pretty basic table run for him, and then he missed his next shot on the second game, and I thought maybe it was affecting him mentally. But that's off the table now. Mike's hitting him right,
yeah,
not overcutting, not hitting him thick, just right. So I feel like Mike's warming up.
storming around the table with a good pace. So that's good. Let's see how he's breaking from the side.
And you got to remember that this is a 599 and under competition, and we got Mike at 517 and Mark under 500. So they're both really pretty low for this division. Not that that means much.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Rating wise. Yeah, because I mean, you could bump into a 598.
Well, guess what?
You know, next week.
The reason these guys are here is because whoever was higher rated got knocked off.
They
right?
sure did. Yep. Mark beat someone who was well over 500.
Yeah.
Which was a really nice match.
Yeah, the only thing that matters is these particular grouping of balls, as it were, not the number.
Correct. Fargo's just a number.
Yeah.
You know, it's not everything.
My wife says to me, age is just a number.
Yeah?
I'm like, no, it's not. It's a word.
She back?
Huh?
I saw her at the airport a while ago. Yeah, we were going to go on vacation to Florida. But, no, I was coming back from Jacksonville. And every time I get into the Appleton airport, guess who I see? Susie. Every time. Susie's just sitting there picking somebody up. How is that even possible? I think she's stalking me. Susie Quall.
I'm sorry, I have you muted.
Oh.
I'm not listening.
That was like
to
2-3 weeks ago or
word
something.
You're saying.
Yeah. I was on a work trip, came back. Every time I come back through Appleton, I see someone from the pool hall.
Trying to figure out what kind of plan you come up with on a table like this.
I don't know. I mean, the 3 ball's blocking the stripes. It's definitely going to take a few innings.
So yeah, I generally don't mind. I know it's a bit negative playing the 10-3 combination and playing safe, as it were, and getting rid of the 3 away from the pocket and hanging the 10 there. It's not like he's going to run out because of the cluster in the middle of the table.
Right.
And so you spend a few shots just improving the look of it in a sort of risk-free way almost, because the cluster, you know that not only can you not get out, but he can't get out either. It's not to say you can't get out, because all it takes is one whack to send the cue ball flying into those, and you'll have a completely different layout. But
it's true. You can shuffle the cards.
But he has chosen stripes, which right away puts you at a disadvantage, seeing the 3 ball is still there.
Mm-hmm. Solids don't look much better, though.
But he still can play that shot that I suggested, and then stripes are good, as long as you
I like knocking
don't
the
give him
3
a chance to get out somehow.
right here, and just leaving the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah.
Maybe a little off angle, so the 1's not so easy.
Yeah, clear the pocket. Just make the table look better. Don't leave him any real shot. Well, you have definitely left him a shot, though. So now nothing is guaranteed not to be safe. So he could whack this 1 ball into the corner. Looks like there's a path. The cue ball follows through, and now those other 2 balls are bumped out. And all of a sudden, reasonable, openish position or a chance to get on that last ball. So look at this. Let's see how he's doing. And there it is. Bang.
Yes.
That safety was not safe.
And that's what I said. Don't leave the 1.
The general rule of thumb that the cluster is there. It's only a rule of thumb. And that's the reason, actually, it's better to go for it instead of play safe.
Sometimes.
If you've got, there's a good reason to play the safe, but
typically when I play better players like Mason, if I just go for it, I'm usually opening the table up for
right.
them.
And you've learned that if you don't,
but sometimes you got to go for it.
But once you start playing a level where they just find a way to break it out, and you realize you don't win that way either.
They do. You're hoping for a miss. You're hoping for something.
It's like
they usually lock you up with a safety, and you don't get much better anyway. So sometimes,
it's
going
like,
for it is probably better. I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like hitting a 16 in blackjack because they've got a 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you do
against a dealer 10? You have to hit it, and you know you're probably going to lose anyway. But
You know, I mean, sometimes I think I've won more hands like that though.
Here, watch this shot. If he gets this right, you're going to have to do a replay. But I think he can just power follow this 2-ball into the side pocket and cue ball Z-bank across the table and end up perfect on the 6.
Where are you shooting the 6 though?
Into the top right, as it were.
You think he can get over there?
I think if he, I don't know exactly what he's got here, but
Looks
I was
like
thinking
he
you could
is coming
follow forward
up.
and then across.
Ooh,
He stunned it right across, which is actually awesome. He
Unbelievable.
hit it so good, it's gone past where he needed. And just to get anywhere close to that, took a really powerful shot.
It did.
A very accurate shot in the side pocket.
That would be
And after doing that,
all that work.
don't actually. What happens there? You just don't actually fully aim. It's so much easier than the tough ones that you made.
You think it's just going.
And
There's no way you're
and
gonna
obviously
miss.
the fact that shot, that brilliant shot that he played there to give him a chance to get out,
That stun shot was
is
amazing.
is kind of fresh, and I'm thinking about it possibly, but because there wasn't not really a good reason to miss that 6-ball except we forgot to even aim it.
Does happen more than not. It looks like Mark is taking advantage of this. Doesn't need much here.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Got off the rail. It's about all.
Did you
all
do a
you can
replay
ask
on that
for.
on that stun shot there?
I did. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah,
We'll do
we
that
can
in a little
watch
bit. In a
that.
little bit. Watch this shot go. This is. Focus on it. Yeah, there we go. So punishing that little mental error. But
Here we go.
yeah, this is great. So he's so straight on this 2-ball. Look at the overhead. He's got almost no angle, but just a little bit. And he's going to pound this in. And it almost had to go slightly forward of stun. I don't know exactly if the overhead view is really giving us a true.
It's tough to tell. I'm
It's all
telling you.
curved. I
So
know.
watch if he cheats the pocket to the right. That's going to be the true.
But
He did. He cheated the pocket to the right to get that effective stun off there.
yeah, I actually think he hit that ball ever so slightly higher than center ball, really close to
You
center
think?
ball, but
Okay.
slightly higher, and it just turned a fraction, and that's why it had actually a little bit more speed also. See how it kind of almost accelerated there?
Yeah, it did. Kind of boosted off.
Just a fraction though, and he may have felt he had to, otherwise he would have stunned straight into the edge of that other ball that was a little bit close. Played very well, and definitely shown that he's going to be tough, but
Keeping it close, though. 2-2. Race to 10. All tied up here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company, Appleton, Wisconsin.
but he also knows that his opponent is going to just sort of finish it up if he makes mistakes.
Well, that's either player. I mean, if you're going to
Both.
leave them 2 balls, 3 balls, and they're open, both players have been executing those with a high percentage. Unlike me, I usually get a little nervous. I get a little funny on one. Then I got to go 3 rails for the 8 ball. I like to make things difficult. I do.
I don't believe you.
I know I'm that. So I'm named, from Phil, wrong side Chris, and it's not a mean name.
Yeah,
I'm usually on the wrong side of the ball.
If you get out, it's not wrong.
Ooh, we bumped the 9. They're gonna have to have a little conversation about that.
No foul.
No.
Cue ball fouls only.
Cue ball fouls only. Correct.
Fong, I just played Fong in the tournament, and technically he fouled. And I told him, I'm not calling this on you. I'm just telling you.
Ooh, what a try!
But he had ball in hand, and he picked the cue ball up and used it as a measuring device.
He
just
should
to,
know better
just
than
to
that.
see if that,
Seriously, he did that? I don't trust him anymore.
Yeah, and he didn't say much when I said, that's a foul, don't you?
Yeah.
As he was doing it, and he just carried on, lining up his shot and
It's
like he was going to keep
100% a
shooting.
foul. Yeah.
And I kept talking, and I'm like, I'm not calling on you, but
I've seen pros do it, but they do it in a way where they put the ball so they could take a shot. Then they walk around the
Well,
table.
yeah, and you can't argue against that because, in fact,
you don't know.
that just happened.
Yeah.
In fact, John Lewis, who has obviously refereed a lot of big pro matches, was just telling me that because I was playing against him last night, and I had to very carefully with both hands just lower the cue ball down into this little space, and that caused him to tell me about a situation where that similar thing was happening.
How do you know if it's measuring or if they're really going to take a shot?
Well, that's right.
That's the thing.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with learning as you're lowering it down. You might notice it doesn't go, and then you take it away and you play a different shot, and then it was used as a measuring device, but that can't be a foul because you.
And the book says it is.
Well, it's not though, is it? Like for mine, it did go. I lowered it all the way down, and I learnt as I was doing it that it did go.
I don't know if the ball has to be on the table to be used as a measuring device or just above. I mean, that's such a tricky call. I don't think I would.
Anyway, it doesn't matter where.
Yeah. But I mean, then doesn't that make that rule pretty much defunct? I mean, you can't ever really use that.
Because otherwise, when you get. No, it doesn't.
Because you could always say you're not measuring. I'm not measuring.
Well, you can. People can tell if you're lying in certain situations, and unsportsmanlike conduct is a rule too. But hang that ball.
Just to reel us back in on this, that was a pretty heavy miss because now Mark has a chance here. One chance, I'm thinking. He's got one chance.
Well, he's got a good chance if he can figure out where and when he wants to shoot the 9 ball.
Yeah, the 9 ball is going to be the tricky.
Shoot it right now if you really, one shot that opens everything up. But there's other ways.
I think.
And getting on the 10, well, no, I'm not too worried about that. But you got to get down enough that you can shoot the 11 somewhere.
Got to pop this 10 and slide out for the 9 or the 11.
And he's not nicely on the 15 really to make it useful.
Mm-hmm.
If you just roll the 10 ball in now and it drops, you can then play a slow rolling shot on the 11, which probably will go in. You can definitely make the 11 pass through the 4.
You got to pop this. You got to pop this 10. You got to go for the win here.
I think you can hit this absolutely dead pocket speed. It will make it more likely it goes in. You'll end up straight on the 11. The shot past the 4 ball.
Oh, you're thinking the 11 goes past the 4, but
I think it has to.
That's a risky shot.
It's not. It's actually a safer shot because you're making the 4 ball disappear, and you can make sure you're safe on the 2.
He agrees with you.
Yeah, there are ways, but don't. What I would say is, what I would have done with him, I wouldn't have played a stop shot. I would have let it roll in.
So you have an angle.
I wanted to be straight.
Get away from the 2, right?
You want to, yeah.
Because you're obviously going to.
Well, and also you need to hit this accurately. So I would have tried to roll forward and got straight on the 11 into the pocket. And the other question is you've got to get on the 9, and from there you can just roll forward and you can shoot the 9 out.
I see. That does make sense.
Now, if he wants to pump the 2, he can. That's a great shot. Look at that. Brilliant. The key there. It went. See, notice that not only did he make the ball, but he also worked hard to get the cue ball up table, so he didn't sell out. And if the opponent doesn't have a super easy shot on the 2, if he'd missed. So that was a very, very good shot, and it shows you that he's thinking, and that means he's tactically enabled. That he's going to be a tough one.
Unbelievable. You called it. Executed perfectly.
And you know what? I don't fault the stop shot because sometimes you just feel much more confident. You're more likely to make the ball if you can just play a little. You don't want to roll the ball all the time and give yourself a lot of time and something weird to happen.
He wanted to get off the rail.
But I definitely get feeling comfortable just playing a good old stun shot there instead. Make sure you make the ball, and nothing can happen, between hitting the ball and getting to the object ball.
Right.
Nothing happens. I remember playing in that one tournament where I rolled and missed so many 8 balls. I'm not rolling these balls slowly towards the pocket anymore.
As soon as you roll a ball.
Yeah. Well, not the 8. Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course,
you miss.
Now that obviously is opposed to the other nice rule of thumb in 8-ball, which is pocket speed. Roll your balls towards the pocket for two good reasons. One, they're more likely to fall in once they get there, and block in the pocket. Generally, just getting your balls in front of the other opponent's balls is strategically beneficial.
Yeah, adjusting the balls definitely helps.
And so in 8-ball, often, bar 8-ball, probably less so an American pool. And I remember sneaking into the pubs. When we were underage, and
you had to back
talking to my friend Andrew about the tactics of these guys rolling.
Yeah, where's Andrew?
Rolling these balls slowly towards the pocket like a golf shot. Putting speed.
Well, that's snooker, right? Snooker's a little bit delicate at times.
No,
right?
that was a pool.
Sure, but
that's what we call pool.
Do you think they maybe kind of took some of the style
on the little small tables in the pubs? Yeah, you don't find
you got two different colors in the white ball.
Yeah,
I like that.
Mm-hmm. It's basically
really
this game is 8-ball. It's virtually the same game. Red balls and yellow balls instead of solids and stripes.
The only problem is you can't play 9-ball, right? Because there's no numbers on the balls. It really limits you a little bit. Interesting, though, that the difference between what would we call that, English pool?
You can call it that, yeah. We just call it pool.
An American pool? We just call that pool.
We call that American pool.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Of course.
But my mum would get that wrong too. She'd see us, my friend Andrew would come over and we'd be heading up to the pub, and she'd see us carrying a cue, and are you going up to play snooker? I'm like, no, Mum, there's no snooker tables.
She knew the money was in snooker.
You have to go to town to the snooker club, where they do have.
Can I call it snooker?
Call it whatever you want.
You prefer snooker? Snooker? Is that what the proper pronunciation is, though?
It definitely is, yes.
So I should be saying snooker.
Snooker.
Not snooker.
Well, I'm not going to say, what is right and what is wrong. Obviously, the Queen's English technically is the right one. If you don't say it the way the Queen or my mum says it.
The Queen's English. I like that. I like that a lot.
That's a Groucho Marx joke, wasn't it? He's speaking with his heavy accent, and Groucho says, "Oh, you don't even." He says something, incorrect grammar or whatever with his heavy accent, and Groucho's like, "You don't even know the Queen's English." And he's like, don't be crazy. Everybody knows the Queen's English. Okay.
Groucho Marx. Yeah. One of the best.
Awesome.
I think that'll do.
So he's going to go for this and bump this temple out, I think. No need to, actually. That's a smarter way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if it slides out just enough, we can almost see. We can't see anything now. Move! All right, my bad. Okay, now, does he have enough? Sure looks like it.
Now, at 495, Mark could be dominating the Jesters.
Yeah. He signed up for both. And the Knights came up first.
All right.
So he said, you know what? I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and he knows he's playing strong enough to do it. So
I know guys who went over 500 and then did not want to play in the Knights because they didn't want to lose money. Yeah. They weren't confident enough, and they bailed. Because they get top of the line, they get moved forward. You get 2 weeks if you go over the cap, and then you can get, graduated to the next level? What would you call that?
I would say that Solids has a real tough situation here. What would you do right here that could be productive in any way? Or at least, how do you stop Stripes getting a chance? So he's doing, if he makes both of them, that'd be really great.
Wow.
Making your opponent's ball, doesn't that make you a little bit better tactically? Yes.
Yeah.
The only problem is your opponent's still out. Barring mistakes, but
all I know is that Mark's been getting a lot of second chances. And I think the score line isn't showing that, though. but he seems to be getting so Mike's playing very aggressive, breaking things up, kind of handing the table over to Mark. Now it's up to Mark to execute this out.
He's got Gage's bump on this other strike ball here.
That'll work. He got a friendly bump.
Perfect, yeah.
I like the 12 now.
He survived that. And you know that rule of thumb that says don't tap balls if you don't have to. He had a nice open position there, and I've messed up so many nice open positions by tapping balls together, which I shouldn't have. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like a custom iced coffee that she's experimenting with?
I'd love one of those. Is that right?
Is that okay? I hope I... Okay, cool.
Meanwhile,
Oh, smells good.
there you go. That's a good shot.
Yeah, this is like a Starbucks coffee right here, made by Eve. That's Eve.
Eve. Oh, right. Yeah, no, I didn't know that she was
Eden's sister. How could you not?
So here, if he gets he's got to get the speed and the angle right. Yeah, he's played it a nice way there. So he's coming towards the next line and no problem getting a good angle on that. So he's absolutely perfect here.
Yeah, everyone in their family has a name from Star Wars, I think. You've got Luke, Darth Vader.
Oh, brilliant, Mr. G. Yeah, it must be. They must be Star Wars fans.
Princess
Darth Vader. That's what they call Grandma, anyway.
I don't, maybe, depending on how well those Christmas presents go from her.
That's very, very good. Eve, Eden, Luke.
Yeah, everyone in their family.
They must be Star Wars fans.
You like that one, huh?
That's really good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Except I'm just debriefing it now and thinking, is there an Eve and an Eden in Star Wars?
No.
Oh,
that's the thing.
Luke, okay.
Yeah.
This Luke one did it, yeah. That was good.
Well, you either go funny or you go religious. I win funny. And I'm sure I can expand upon that. I do need to get a list of the rest of their family names before next stream.
Just got to look.
Don't tell Eden. She'll kick my butt.
Okay. Meanwhile,
This is good.
serious pull going on. Breaking well. Balls floating over. A little bit clustered. I don't know if he was trying to hit those center ball or whether he wanted the cue ball to whiz across like that, but maybe he kind of came off the edge of it, but ball flew straight in.
So Eve sat in the booth earlier, and she told me she needs to do some homework later. She takes school very seriously, and I thought that was rare for people of her age. Most people want to party. They want to go party and, skip school and homework, and she's taking it all very seriously.
Now, a situation like this is interesting because when it comes to choice, he only has one real ball that he can go at anyway. So regardless if you like solids,
you got to do it.
But you kind of do like solids. The 14 and the 4 has not that the 14 is a huge problem, but it is awkward.
I like solids. There's not a lot of problems here. The 3 does go later, and the 1 goes.
I think it's easier than,
and
I'm thinking maybe.
Oh yeah, the strikes
if you can get on,
harder.
you've got to get on the 3 ball. Yeah, and that's what he's thinking. Look, he's definitely looking. He's trying to decide. Because, yes, he knows he can, even if he has to bend the cue ball a little bit to hit the 7. I don't even know if he's got a good shot on the 7, but he can still get it.
Oh, he's maybe going after something else.
Oh, right now.
Not sure I agree with this one.
Oh, yeah.
The old...
Played it off the 10 ball.
The old kiss shot.
Yeah.
He
may not have had a good shot on the 7 anyway. So, open table.
Yep, Mike's up.
Mike bounds out of his chair, and
he's ready.
He definitely is.
He flies out of that chair.
8 ball, though, yeah, you obviously want to, as a player, you want to be in stroke, and you want to go at stuff, and you don't want it to be too slowed down, and you've got to do what you've got to do to feel good.
I'm not liking the situation.
But sometimes, yeah, that's right. It's so complex. When you break in pool, it's more complex than chess.
What? That was a beautiful shot.
It was a great shot, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Come on now.
And so
who is this guy?
Yeah, here's us, or, thinking, is he getting himself in trouble here? because you don't want to bound into it unless you really understand it. But he's got a chance if he can figure out how to get down table. This shot right here, look at that. He's hit that great. Oh, if he hadn't caught that 9-ball, he was going down there. But
here, let's take a look at that replay.
But so he'd already seen this shot
off the rail, 3-ball,
and that's why he chose to do what he's done. And so he's reading the table quickly, and he's not having a problem.
He's feeling confident that the stripes are really tough. So I like what he did. He moved the 2 to a makeable shot, which does lead to the 3 and 7. If Mark gives him that side of the table.
Yeah, so safety battle, obviously, just like chess, material is important. And 3 balls is not a terrible number of balls to have. 2 is a lot worse in a safety battle. And, of course, 1 is
risky.
Gives you don't have many options. 2's still a lot better than 1. But what Stripes doesn't want to do is just shoot some balls in and then get into a safety battle. Because there you go. So it might have been better that he just missed that anyway, as long as he doesn't leave him a shot. And he may not have been playing that. So when you're playing those safeties, you want to make sure you open up and reposition your worst balls.
Right.
And hopefully float them in the way. So he actually did really well there. But he may have, I say really well, there's a window right through the middle. 2-ball. No, he didn't have the center of the 2-ball, so. But at least he could hit it. Now, Stripes should have an advantage here.
Well, not much.
Absolutely they do, because A, they're shooting, and B, you can come off the 9 and end up close to the 12 or something.
Keep it safe.
Yeah, you've just got to. Anyway, as long as you don't find a way to roll and scratch, and he's hesitated no time, and he knows it. So he's just going to roll this. Hopefully, he's not going to make the 9-ball. And sometimes people try and make the ball and call safe, and I almost never do that. And I would prefer it hanging over the pocket just like that, because more balls is better. Yeah. Up. So now he's got a problem. So goal number 1 achieved. He didn't leave the guy a shot. Not a super tough, because he does have ways to hit his balls, and he now has a chance to play a good safety and put Mark on his back foot. I still like being Stripes in this kind of position, just because they've got more balls. And there we go. Now, what is the plan here?
Yeah, see, he's not really improving his situation.
Well, no, and sometimes you can afford to wait. So you don't want to try and figure out the 11 and 15, because that also stops him until you figure out the 14 and the 12 first. So these 2 balls up here, you've got to play a safety. Please don't make the 9-ball. I would probably.
Well, you could play safe after making the 9.
But why make it? Just leave it hanging over the pocket. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So no. All right.
I mean, it's a little.
I take that back. You're right.
Tricky to play a safe off
because
that
if
9.
you have used the 9 to give yourself a good safety, and he was hoping for it, it's probably not quite as simple as he was hoping for once he gets up here. But yes, you definitely want to play some kind of shot that separates the 12 and the 14.
This is tricky now.
Well, the good news,
I like this off the rail.
Okay, make sure you get a good hit.
Something's got to hit a rail after.
And
he did.
Yeah.
He left the 7 and an edge of the 3.
Yeah, and I mean it's exactly the same if it played it the other way, pretty much. But again, he hasn't got a total safety.
Oh, he opened it up.
A
little dangerous.
Well. Yeah, that makes this next safety much more dangerous, and that he actually gets it right than previously, and there's not an obvious safety here necessarily. But by popping the 3-ball out in the open, and now knowing that solids is fairly well spread, makes your safety, your goals completely different. What I'm really trying to say is your risk. You don't want to clear away these stripes. He's going for it. Sometimes you just have to shoot at it to get yourself out of trouble. There is a shot where he whacks the 10-ball in and comes in and busts everything up, but withdraw, but no, soft. So he did need to make that though, even if, because as previously stated, solids is wide open now.
Right.
Before that, and that's why it's so important.
It's not a gimme, though.
No, but let me point this out. Before that happened, where you didn't really have a lot of risk
Mm-hmm.
because he missed it several times, but the guy had to play return safety. But that 14 and 4, or the 12, those two balls, he's all right. He's still got this. He's actually got a chance. Yeah, he doesn't like it. He's not happy, but he does have a shot on the 2. And depending on what he likes here, gently go into those balls, or one of them.
Oh, wow. He would have made the 2 and the 7 and had a shot on the 8 if you.
He could have done something very similar but softer and made the ball, and he would have ended up with a shot, I think. Okay. At least for stripes, now the 14 and the 12 are apart, because that was what I was saying before is you play your safety off those difficult clusters. You've got to move them first before anything else.
Right. I mean, you got to improve your situation.
Yeah, because back then it wasn't risky. You could do anything you want.
Correct. And I like how you're trying to.
Yeah, as soon as his
educate.
opponent popped his solids out, then it's desperate measures, and you'll miss safety, loses.
Correct.
So here you got to plan. Whatever your plan is, the 12 has to go soon because it's in the way of the 14, and I would suggest probably stop shot on the 15 or roll forward a little bit and then play the 12, because then the other 3 balls left they just look perfect. Do anything you want with those.
He's right with you there.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to get rid of the 12.
Now this can be a little tricky. You don't want to be bumping too much after this shot.
Right. There you go. He played it well. Outside English and to stay above him. Bit weird because you're not on the 14 yet.
Yeah, you got to leave yourself an angle here.
And you should pick your last ball. You don't want to pick some kind of shot where that strangely placed 2 ball kind of gets in the way somehow.
This is tricky.
Yeah.
Because you got to put a lot of top left on this to come back for the
14. more than you want, really, and then you can miss the ball. But
he
no
played
problem.
it naturally. The angle was there.
Yeah, and he's nice and close with a nice angle on it. He's just got to make sure he doesn't do something silly and get the 12 in play, or the 2 in play. Yeah.
Did about as good as he could there to get off the rail and make the 8 a little easier, being as straight as he was on that last shot.
But it's all about the 8 ball.
Yeah, you really got. That's a long bridge. But
Well struck, hard of the pocket.
Can't complain if you make it.
That's
right?
Good match, folks. And if you're not out there watching this, believe me when I tell you. Oh, wait, no, I can't talk to them.
You can talk to anybody.
I can only talk to the people that are watching.
Well, people will watch this later, not live.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. And then I don't know, what are they missing out on?
yeah, I was going to say, well, then you should be watching.
Yeah. We don't play ads on these. So it's really the best of both worlds. Different divisions. We've got a list for every division that goes well beyond a year. So when you see people come up and challenge, they've been waiting effectively 9 months to a year.
I've been waiting more than a year. Why hasn't my name come up?
I think we removed you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised.
I wouldn't be at all surprised either. No, Pat is probably the most honest list keeper in the world.
He just never uses the list when he makes his decisions about who plays next.
Maybe he forgets.
He definitely keeps the list there.
Yeah. No, I mean he's had some moments where people, let my friend play for me, and he's like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I mean, really. Talk about it.
Yeah,
The most honest person I know is Pat. Really,
Yeah,
I mean,
if you can't
he's
play,
the right person to be doing the list.
Yeah, if you can't play, it's got to be the next guy on the list.
Right, you can't switch it out.
Nice shot.
Rolled nicely out there for the 1. Are you going to bump the 5 here? I mean, you really got to force it. What are you going to do here? Maybe bump the 11?
Yeah, you're right, though, because if you don't do that, Or yeah, no, you could bump the 15 and just play a combination.
Yeah, that's a more natural bump.
And don't try and bump it hard. You don't have to bump it. Just float into that spot right by the below the 15. Depends what it where it naturally likes to go, but
Yeah, he did what you said. Just kind of roll out.
so that's okay.
Made the combo a little tougher.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, here's what's really cool about this position is this weird angle he's got on this combination to back cut the 3. The cue ball now could go out that little gap and end up getting on the 2, which, by the way, don't forget about the 2. And so this shot here, I'd be playing to get on the 2 ball with it because I think it naturally can go up there nicely, like a Z-bank with a stun, a little draw or something. There he is, and he's thinking exactly the same. Hit it actually too hard, but look, it ended up perfect. So that worked out really well. And the 5 ball is in absolutely perfect position to get you back on the 6. And that means the 8 ball in the side. Well, he managed to avoid scratching there. Yeah, he's just thinking if he wants to follow forward and send the cue ball to the top rail and end up with a angle on the other side of the 6. But you kind of have to work hard to do that, and he's hitting low, so no, he's staying on this side of the 6, just popping off the rail. Hit with authority, gets him further off the rail. Confidently struck.
I really enjoy watching these players break and run out these difficult racks. We haven't had a break and run yet, though.
This one he's going to have to hit soft. Well, he likes to hit him hard, doesn't he? I was going to say you have to just roll this in as much as you might not want to. Well, he's not bad on this at all, is he?
I'll be Mark doesn't always hit him hard. I think maybe he just got a little nervous. You know, a little adrenaline there. This is a table run. Break and run, ain't it?
Ooh. Wow, very good.
Deep breath, right? Deep breath. You got to take that for what it's worth. That's worth everything. If you don't let your opponent up to the table ever, you always win.
That's right.
And that's how a 600 plus plays. You know, they don't let you to the table unless it's a safety, unless they miss, right? And some unbelievable type of miss. Break and run, break and run, break and run. This is winner breaks.
Yeah, and you can't always control, you know, what kind of game each break gives you. You know what I mean? Even if you're hitting them good, sometimes balls just cluster together. The billiards gods are the only ones who know why or what.
Or who.
But if you're breaking good and balls go in the pocket and you control the cue ball so it doesn't scratch and it stays in the middle, you've got a pretty good chance of getting a runnable table. Right eye dominant.
Solid break.
Yeah, and it's easy to forget, but number one question is who controls the 8 ball, if anyone, if either group.
Quick decision here on stripes.
Well, yeah, and you've got the solids have that 7 and 4, which is awkward. But solids kind of blocks the 8 ball, so.
Oh my goodness, did he?
He likes his pattern here, but the 9 ball does not go past the 2, so his plan here has to involve getting creatively on the 9 ball somehow.
Right now. I like it right now. You got enough angle on the 11. You got to be a little careful, right? Because you got to put some left on it.
I don't know. Punch it with stun.
Yeah, I like going forward. Better, yeah, that was my original.
Have to hit so hard. But he's still.
It's almost straight in.
Well, he's on it, yeah. Got to make it It's a thin angle.
I think we got to look further down the table for problems.
Eight ball.
12 to the 14.
No, I mean the 8 ball's not difficult. I mean it is. It is. Yeah, you have to get on it.
You're right, though. I didn't even think of that.
Well, that was the first thing, and it's easy to forget it. But you know when you. And there we go. That's the other thing about that shot. Okay, so solids got a reprieve. What are you going to do about it? Look at those.
I think you got to start
well,
playing a little, safety here, safety.
Well, the most important thing
improve
is
your
you've got to
situation.
figure out how to break up the 4 and the 7. So you do it right now.
Right.
Oh, he's shooting the 2 ball. If he shoots the 2 ball, what is he going to do?
Maybe a safety after. Like, that's the kind of make a ball, then play a safe mentality.
Yeah, it's just a waste of a ball. I think I would have used left the 2 ball then and tapped off the 2 and the 7, break them up, and just leave them clustered up there.
Because this isn't the easiest safety. You can overhit this.
It was much better when you had 3 balls there, but that's ended up good. So he's played that good.
That's beautiful. That is.
You still have given your chance. Stripes have a good chance here of getting a good hit and possibly calling a ball or getting safe. But no, in all fair dues, Mark has achieved what you needed to, which was break up the 4 and the 7. But he's left this jump shot.
Yeah, this would be a better angle. Sorry about that.
And these days, these guys pretty much don't have too much problem getting over it.
Wow.
And yeah, that's right.
What
So I think playing the safety
a shot.
when there were 3 balls up top, you could have played it real softer and you'd have kind of guaranteed that you were close to him and frozen up, and then you wouldn't leave any jumping opportunities.
Here's the replay on that.
It's a great shot. He knew that even if he hits it perfect, he's not got any way to get across the table. You've got all these lovely looking stripes and there's a pocket right there, but in that jump shot, he really didn't have any option to do anything about that. But he's got a safety option, so he could absolutely bury the cue ball here if he can get to the rail and back in.
Jackie Tucker watching live. Cheers.
Oh, he left the 5 ball.
Dortz, nice. That was a great jump. Thanks for joining us today. I think the Packers, I don't know what the score line is over there, but we're definitely moving up in the viewers.
So, I'm sure he's already decided because he's going at it, and we know he's planning this, but it looks like, leave the 3 till as your last ball or not? Or do you get rid of that first? Sometimes I think it doesn't make it easier because shooting the 3, you have to be absolutely perfect on. Well, no.
Just can't shoot the 3 now.
No, yeah, because I'm basically a stop shot on the 4 balls.
Wow.
You are on the 3. So
he got away with that one.
Yeah, now you got to pick your angle. How do you really want to get on this 3 to presumably play the 8 in the same pocket?
I think you're using a little bottom right, and you're trying to go 1 rail back to the middle of the table.
Judge this speed right then. Look at that. It's very good, yeah.
He's got the angle.
He does have the angle. If you can...
Just kind of...
If he's straight enough that he can draw and hit the 14, that'd be great. If it slip past and miss the 14, a bit of trouble. But
you got to bump the 14 to make this work.
There you go. You couldn't hit any better.
It's perfect.
So I could tell this guy's a shooter, and even though he's down in score, I expect him to be snapping at the bit here and given a chance. He looks like he's the kind of guy who's going to come right back.
He shoots fast, and I told you he shoots with purpose. Hits every ball firm.
Yep.
So the score is 6-3. Mark in the lead. Race to 10. You might be wondering why I say those score lines. One time I was listening to a game.
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
Car.
No, don't have to say that.
Okay.
No, I wasn't.
There's some people.
Okay.
Because we're looking at the score.
carry on.
But
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was sitting in the car trying to figure out what was going
I
on with
do
the
apologize
game.
for interrupting. I was just thinking about something more interesting. Go on, carry on. You first.
I think I got my point out.
I'm just
I'm
joking.
good. I'm good.
Oh, I missed it. Can you say it again?
I don't, I don't know if you're setting me up or what. I think with pool, we need to get to the commentation level of baseball, where you can listen to it and know what's going on. Who's winning?
Who's on first?
base?
Who's on first?
Yeah. What's on second? Yeah, I don't think we can do that whole bit.
A little bit.
Ooh. But I think that will be the future of pool commentation, is being able to understand what's going on in a match without watching. That's tough.
Got to control this. Yeah, rail first. Cue ball flies out wide and around.
3 balls an option.
And that looks great.
If you put a little confident stroke on this, you bring it back a little. Ooh, now that is still going to work. Okay, the 8 does go on the side.
Yeah, and you kind of always wanted to have the one ball as the last shot to get on the 8, but it's not as easy as it would have been.
Agreed.
Which means, but it was still true of this position. You're going to play, hopefully, draw shots, but you have to draw the speed perfect to get straight on another draw shot.
Thank you, Mike.
So let's see how he judges the speed. Well, he really doesn't need to, actually, does he? Okay. Head angle on that. Yeah, and he's fine. He doesn't. He's looking good.
So as the Packers get deeper and deeper into debt, we get more and more viewers. Just how it works. I know you're not a football fan.
You say debt as in behind in the score.
Correct. Correctamundo.
Wonderful. Is that? Did you just make that up, or do people do that? They call it debt.
Just say what I
I've
want.
never heard. You just created a new usage of the word.
Yeah. Yeah, for pool. I'm
Good
really
for you.
trying to expand commentation for pool. Yeah. I think the old phrase, how'd he hit it, is getting old. We need more. I mean, it makes sense. So Mike's debt is only 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a timeout.
All right. What do
Which
we got here?
means it's a perfect opportunity to do our new segment that I know Mr. G's been working on. Interesting fact of the day. Okay, you first, G.
The interesting fact of the day is that it's raining in Appleton, Wisconsin, and it's about 50 degrees.
Ow.
What do you got?
I got nothing.
You set me up, but I laid out a fact.
Did you know?
Oh, we got Damon playing Fong. What a great match to watch while the Knights are on break. So Damon wins the leg. Does he? Pretty much on the rail. Fong doesn't let him have the satisfaction of letting that ball roll all the way to the rail.
Could have made it. You should have rubbed the cloth in front, like in that. What is that? The hurling, curling, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, there is a curling
on the ice.
establishment here over by Woodman's.
Yeah,
I've never been there though.
I get my head on there.
If you want to learn how to curl, I'll go with you. I'll do the brooming, and you can do the throwing of the. I don't know anything. It would be fun. One thing I'd like to learn how to play. What is it called? Bowls. That's that really big open area with felt on the ground, and they roll these weirdly shaped objects.
That sounds like what we would call bowls.
Bowls. That's what I just said. I said I want to learn bowls. What did I call it? Balls? No, it's bowls.
I don't know, but it's they're normally played on grass.
Uh-oh.
But
I
kind of
think
like
the garbage man's coming. I'm going to unmute him. Let's give Ray the mic for 5 minutes.
now.
If he can get in that back office, it's pretty packed up.
Now, for those of you watching, Damon here, is going to be one day world champion. But right now, he's content with just blasting these balls away. He sees the ball so quick.
I kind of want to let this play out.
Oh, yes.
The players are
Watch
off
it.
break.
He's got to finish this rack. Watch this. Storming around the table.
He just needs a shot on.
Oh, he plays absolutely instinctively. He's so quick and he knows what he's doing.
He didn't want to hit
now,
the one.
Here's
though.
interesting. What do you do? You're not really straight on this ball. You're going to go around the angles? Yeah, look, no problem.
Oh, my goodness. Look
right?
at that.
Does he know what he's doing?
He does.
Sure does.
And he doesn't.
And look at that. He throws his hand up in the air.
He wanted to be straight.
He doesn't like this angle.
He wanted to be straight in.
But he's still going now. What about this shot that you didn't like?
If the ball goes in. Look at that. And here we go. We didn't miss a shot.
Yeah, Damon is phenomenal.
I think he's back there. I unmuted the mic. I don't know if he's having trouble talking. Ray, if you're back there, we can't hear you. Turn the mic on. It is pretty hard to get in that back office. You got to move a lot of stuff out of the way. Wow, that worked out nicely. Are you taking the 11-9 here, or are you taking the 9? Can you take the 9?
Sorry, I'm still watching Damon's match over there. No, I'm just kidding. Well, it's not, that's a nice thing, though.
We will slide over there.
We do have a good view from the commentary box.
Right. It is fun to watch
through the glass of the whole wall.
I do really get in. Ooh.
Yeah. It'd be nice for him.
That's got to be
for that to go in because he must have had a good old feeling he could run that one.
Yeah, you make that.
Solids have a tough position though, so it's really all about. You know, the 7 and the 3 do have the other side pocket they can go into, so all you have to do is get behind him, and he's got a shot on the 4 ball right now. Well, he's pointing
he's trying it.
I think he was just looking to see if he's playing the combination.
I don't know why you would.
Yeah, this is a great shot. No, if he likes this, it's probably going to go.
But you could shoot the 4, get behind.
Yeah, but look at that. It opens everything up. He taps the 13 away.
You know what?
That was a brilliant.
If it works.
Yeah, look at the position he's got now.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to criticize.
He's just got to. Even the 1 could go off the 8 in the side, but you probably don't want to mess around with that and find a way to pick it off.
So getting a little. You don't know. Do you want to take the 1?
No, that was a really good shot he played there.
Do you want to take the 6? There's options here.
Yeah, I mean, if you like making the 1 and you can guarantee it, just take it. Because then everything's simple after that.
As long as you don't bump the 15.
You don't want to give yourself a chance on a shot that you could miss when you don't have to miss a shot right now.
That is true.
But if it goes in, he's going to be pretty much wide open. Oh, look at that. Now, what did I just say? That was the tougher shot, and he had no reason to play a shot that he could miss because there were many other ways to go.
Correct. My thoughts exactly.
And you could. It's still, yeah, exactly. I like shots that solve everything once they go in, but definitely it's not worth missing.
No, because this could be game over.
Oh, it should be, yeah. He's got to negotiate that he doesn't lose control of the 11 ball when he plays this 11-9 combination. Yeah, 15 in the side to get sort of on this combination in a way that it is actually very tricky because if I'm looking ahead to this combination which he's going to play next. If he gets out of there we go. So the 11 ball has to go into a pocket after in the shot after, but presumably it's the middle pocket, but you have to control this very well. And the 8 ball has helped there. I believe he still has a chance to make this. But there was a lot of ways for him to end in big trouble there. And he has. He doesn't. Can he make this? Well, it would go off. It must be a cut in, otherwise it played off the 8.
Even if it just ticks it, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And the point comes.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice. Nice little friendly bump.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that combination there, he played well. I mean, because it gave him a chance. Meanwhile, Damon determined.
He didn't stay down on that shot. He's getting squirrely. Fong has a way of getting Damon out of his mental zone.
Well, yeah, and Fong's playing well. Fong plays quick, and Fong plays a lot of power shots, which really Damon actually has. I think we'll end up having a very similar game. But Fong maybe plays shots that other, choices that other players that wouldn't play. Fong doesn't mind playing shots where he has to use his full stroke and power and spin.
Oh,
where other players wouldn't have done that, and that
here, Ray.
That means that.
I think I got you, Ray. There.
Hello?
It's a good shot, Fong.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry about that.
I was just about to give up.
Yeah, perfect, Fong. He's okay.
So they moved the mic to the back for the comedy show, so I forgot about that.
Oh.
Sorry, Fong.
I think Fong got a little lucky there because he didn't block himself with that ball that he chipped off the rail, which I don't think he was trying to do because it wasn't in the way, I don't think.
All right, well, let's take a look at the overhead, and we'll get Ray's opinion on what should be shot first.
Wow, look at this wide open table.
Open.
It doesn't much matter. You could run either one.
Ooh. So I like, first glance, I like stripes, but then I look back again, and that 11-15 is just a little weird. Not really, but kinda. So both sides being pretty wide open, I'm choosing solids here.
What I don't like about solids is just those three weird balls in the middle of the table. I know they don't look like.
Ooh.
The first shot was weird too because it was straight and you're near the rail.
And the other thing sometimes happens in these kind of situations where you miss the first shot because you never really fully committed to a plan because it's so confusing about what the right shot would be there. Do you know what I mean? You kind of end up shooting a shot where you didn't really fully decide one.
Right, and sometimes
and then you end up missing those.
You feel like people are, waiting for you to shoot. I find that if I take way too much time to think about a shot, it's like I almost rush myself a little bit.
Yeah, and solids really aren't that. What I'm saying about those balls in the middle, they're not that bad as long as you can just maybe find a way early to get on the two and straightish somewhere, and then I think it all looks a lot nicer once the two's gone.
Clears it up.
Ooh, I'm shooting the 6 right now. Yeah, because you don't want to save those 3 balls in the middle any longer than you have to.
Right, I try and, mop those up earlier. But, and if the 5 goes past the 10, okay, I mean, he could just shoot the 7 down.
Yeah, the table just looks so wide open, you really don't want to mess this up.
There you go, he's fine. He's on the, you can get that 2 ball out of there. And looks like he's going to find a nice simple layout after it's gone. Yeah, that'll do nicely. So he can just roll this in and get on the 6. Has he got too much angle there?
Too much angle. You ain't going rolling this in and putting the 6 on the side. Now you got to go 6 in the corner. I might even go down table.
Yeah, just up, exactly. Pop this in, up table, and get straight on the 7. He's
snuck it in.
That's probably what I would have done, actually.
Okay. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. He's got a nice angle there, isn't it? Just roll the 6 ball in gently.
Ooh, what? You're rolling this? You got to hit low on this ball.
All right.
Yeah, that's a nervy shot. You don't want to scratch. You got to hit low. Slide over for the 7.
Yeah, and because it was weird, because the side pocket was there, so you don't want to do anything strange with you.
Mentally, that does kind of get you sometimes.
You didn't want to punch it where it does take that line towards the side.
If he could have just rolled it in gently, he would have ended up going towards his next ball, and nothing could go wrong.
He could have froze up on the 7. He could have got too close to the 7.
Sure. Yeah, and I don't know if he had too much angle and it wasn't even a shot, but he's probably gonna make the 6 and play safe, as it were.
Yup.
Tactical advantage stripes. You really have to
Great
cut.
shot. That's an 8-ball shot.
This is a great match, Ray.
But he has to really
From
come
the
with some kind
beginning.
of shot. There's no safety, even if he gets a good hit. If the 7-ball doesn't go in, it's still, unless he gets lucky to freeze on something. But there's a jump shot, bank cross corner.
Oof.
I mean, you make it, you can win the game. If you
got
any other scenario, I think you still lose. Ray, what's your shot here?
This is when they call you in on the coach for when you're playing Scotch doubles.
Yeah.
I played Scotch doubles with Chris G once, and some tournaments give you one coach per match, and then this is about when Chris G would call me in. Hey Ray, what do I do now? I'm like, why didn't you call me last shot?
I like rail first.
This is
He's playing the jump.
I'm looking at
Bank cross
intentional
corner.
safety. I'm trying to block up balls. That 12-13 locks up, 10-12.
Give him ball in hand.
Oh,
Make him work for it. Make him work for it.
He did get a pretty thin cut on that, but it hit the point.
But Ray, if you think about it though, even if you do that to the best of your ability there, you're still thank you very much. You're still super, super, super low chance of winning that rack anyway.
Okay, so what scenario could you be anything other than a super, super low chance? That is a constant.
That jump shot. Well, he just jumped and made a good contact on that ball, and it could have banked or picked a pocket somewhere.
And it was not a super, super low chance?
Well, probably better than any other kind of safety that you might think of, considering the position of the wide open stripes all over the place.
Well, my safety would have not left those stripes wide open. I was tying up. I'm looking for a ball on a rail, and now I want to get another ball on that same rail.
Yeah. So then they just play a simple return safety and undo what you just did, and you can keep that up all day.
Yes, please give me more innings. Please.
Yeah. Good though, yeah. You don't want to play too many safeties. I've lost too many games thinking I'm in charge and give up chances to run out because you've got good safeties, and then somehow end up losing.
All choices were bad there. I'm just saying that's...
Yeah, it's like hitting... That's what I was just saying earlier. It's like hitting a 16 against the dealer 10 in blackjack or whatever. You still got to do it. You've still got to do it, and you still know you're going to probably lose. Well...
Such a shame, but this is exciting for Mike. Who doesn't love getting to a table where you just got to run a bunch of balls and it's
Yeah,
clear?
and Mike has shown, in the brief time I've known him, since jumping into this commentary box, that if you give him a chance or two, you might blink and all of a sudden realize that he's tied up with you. And he's playing quick, and he's got a plan.
Key to this is the 9-ball. You have to get that 12 out of the way so you can make the 9. And you got what is it? 1,
so
2,
hopefully
3.
Get on that 12 immediately, right there.
2 more swings at it. When this run started, you had 4.
Yeah.
And your first 2 swings did not get you on the 12. But you're gonna get 4 strikes here, and you're out.
Yeah, I mean, if pops these 2 balls in the side pocket and then the 12, and then you use the 9 for last. Up table. Yeah, there you go. He's just going to use the 10 to get on the 12.
I like the old Mark puts his cue up. When you're holding your cue and you put it away, you're basically saying this is probably it. Nice shot. Puts a lot of power into every shot. You got to be real accurate. Ooh, that was an interesting one.
He's trying to. He's not afraid to let his stroke out. He's trying to follow all up table and back down again.
Unbelievable.
Not a lot of. As long as you still feel happy about making the ball.
Yes,
then
and don't miss
why
that.
not? I mean,
you're okay.
I'm not against letting your stroke out.
Yeah, I like that too because it created a different angle where there's no scratch.
He achieved getting straight on it, so why not?
Yeah, when the ball's so close to the hole, it's not really a matter of am I going to make it, but if he'd have just kind of settled for less with that last stripe shot.
Yeah, you play
he
a
would've
cut
had
shot and then accidentally scratch in the corner.
It's a dead for the corner.
Yeah. And when you play that shot soft, hitting it that thin, you can miss it.
Yeah, especially going all the way past the side like that.
Ooh.
Okay, likes his second ball break.
Second ball break.
Often you do see in the second ball break, not always the majority of balls in 1/4 of the table, and that's kind of what we have here.
I like everything solid except for the 5.
Yeah, and so hit the 3 and go into the 5 right now in the first shot.
It's a great option.
Oh, there's one more ball to consider. The first one you should always think about before you choose, and that's who controls the 8 ball.
They don't love the 4 ball either. But
5 all the way down?
oh yeah,
Wow.
if that goes, then that's the shot right now.
Wow.
That could be a ref shot. They might ask somebody to watch the shot. It looks like he's taking the 2. It looks too close.
I felt like he could have solved it with that previous shot, because he's still got to worry about
Correct.
maybe finding a way to bump the 8, but he's not going to get to that or even thinking about it until he knows he's got to keep working on the 5. He's not taking much
Ooh,
time
does
to
that
think
4
about
go?
it. Must do.
That's cool if it does.
And he's
Ooh, it more than went.
Wow, wait a minute. Does that 5 go? This angle looks like it might. The other angle, I didn't think so.
Well, if we look at it from here, I don't believe it does.
And now I didn't notice this before. Maybe the ball got bumped, but the 8 ball looks trapped.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the rack. That's always look at the 8 ball too,
Right.
before choosing solids or stripes. Sometimes one of the groups does have a big advantage.
Was the 9 there like that on the beginning of the rack?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that needed to get bumped out. The 5 needed to get bumped out.
Well, the 8 might go still clean.
It
but
might, yeah.
But I just didn't notice that 9 sitting right snug on it earlier.
He was just stunning over to get on that 9 ball, was he? Wow.
It's not an easy rack. Unless you get perfect on this combo or something. I don't know.
I like the way he hit that ball.
Confidence.
He could bank the 13 now and find a way to deal with the 15.
Oh boy, what's he doing? I don't like taking this ball now. I'm playing that combo on the side.
Ooh,
He
wow.
He doesn't like the combo.
Probably doesn't like this more.
No. Now he likes the combo better.
Yeah, that was really your kind of cinch ball. Like if
So he might be looking at the 2 orange balls there as a sort of a one-way door that works for stripes but not solids. Is that the case there? The 13's not a problem for stripes there? Can never tell. No, I guess he's fine, yeah, which means it's okay to leave that till the last ball. Got to find a way to get on the 15. Got to find a way to make this 14.
he's just playing safe.
He's just playing safe.
There's no make, yeah.
There is no make there. Okay. Yeah.
I like it. Pretty good
Mike
safe.
jumps out of his chair. He's ready.
Well, Tony likes to shoot, but let's.
He's busting
What
out the
happens-
jump cue.
Yeah, he's gonna go at it.
Got some excitement here. What's he looking at jumping? Not that. Oops.
Oh, it's got to be the 6 ball.
Oh, autofocus is back on that.
Oh, and the 8 ties up. The plot thickens. Now, if I was stripes, and it was true that the 13 goes and the 5 doesn't, so I'd definitely make sure I don't mess with those, because that's a really nice little safety. I really don't like where the 15 is, so I'd find a way to play something. Now he's going to shoot this 13 and go for it. Problematic, because if he doesn't get out, he's just opened everything up and he's lost all his sort of tactical advantage. And that will be a moot point if he does get out here.
I would have drew back. I would have drew that ball backwards to bump the 8 because that was your closest ball for a possible breakout. Now how are you going to break it out?
Maybe he doesn't need to. So if you could get straight, almost straightish on the 15 and follow forward and maybe leave the cue ball a little tap on the 5 ball, the 8 I think probably goes in the side pocket past the 6.
Pass the 6.
Yeah, into the right-hand side.
Okay.
But I don't like shooting this 15 here. He's got the 12 there. Oh, boy. Because without this 15, how on earth would you get on the 8?
Even with the 15, that 5 was so huge. It's hard to get good on that 8. I like bumping it no matter what. Even if the 8 goes clean past the 7 and the 6, I would have bumped this 8 on my first shot because of where the 5 was.
Yeah.
It just makes
And
getting shape there
right at the
super hard.
beginning rack, I was saying, don't forget about the 8, and you've got to maybe bump it, include it in your very first choice.
Ooh. He's
Well,
trying to play it safe, and
it's not safe.
he is not safe. Okay, so
People definitely, yeah, he's standing right behind it now, eyeballing the 8 into the side pocket.
I like shooting the 15 right now. Shoot the 15 right now.
Why? If he gets good on the 15,
Because I think that 8 ball's tied up.
No, I don't think so.
you
No,
think
he
it
was just he's gonna. He was just standing behind it and eyeballing it. I think he's just gonna get up, play position on it, and shoot it in the side pocket.
Okay. If it goes on the side, that was a pretty awesome shot.
That was a 9-ball shot, right there.
There you go.
Back and forth. Yeah, we can look at the overhead.
Yeah,
and see.
yeah.
It's still tough. I mean, that 8 would be very, very thin going in that side pocket from the short side there.
He could hit it here and hope to get lucky with it, but that's probably not as good. From there, you're going to have a tough time.
Maybe he was planning on banking it the whole time.
Well, he was eyeballing into the side pocket
Okay.
even before he got on it. I don't know if he even has a bank shot here. He's got to play it off the 6 ball into the corner.
What in the world?
He's playing half ball off the 6.
Now we go back to his first shot where he shot his hanger. I would have definitely shot the 15 because it was a perfect tangent line to break this 8 with a hanger.
Yeah.
Oh, ball in hand. Mike has an opportunity here to get within 1 game.
Yeah. Stripes had a good advantage there too, but he kind of shot himself into giving up the advantage.
What are you starting with? I kind of like the 7.
It's a little interesting start here, yeah.
Either the 4 to the 7 or the 7.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the 7, but I'll breathe a sigh of relief once I get good on the 6.
I'm looking.
I think you do have to go for the 4.
I kind of like 4 to the 7,
Oh, not
which
really.
leads to the 6.
I like 6, 4, 7, 5. That's what I like.
And the 6 ball goes in the side too.
Oh, yeah. That clears up the
6.
possibility of getting weird on the 6. So
You
he's
go
starting
from the
with
4 to the 7. I don't know about that, Ray.
He's 6, 4, 7.
I said 6, 4, 7.
Yeah, right. So how would you get from the 4 to the 7 and make sure you're straight enough on it? Because it was an awkward ball, I felt, if you're not good on it.
Yeah, you got to get perfect.
You're saying the 4 is awkward to the 7?
Yeah, this big, yeah.
Ooh.
And the 7 itself is awkward.
And that's why Ray would have gone with the 6 first.
That
I was
ball went
thinking
in.
6 first. Yeah, and then just,
I like
just
that.
I
send
thought
it
that
down.
ball hung.
Oh, no.
It's wiped his feet. It's been raining all day.
She gone. There we go.
Oh, ho,
Hello,
ho,
where's
baby.
the side
Hold
pocket?
on a second. Hold on. Oh. What glue did you put in there, MH?
Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Good God.
I'll tell
grief.
Adam.
How much glue did you put in that son of a bitch? Come on.
That thing rolled back like. Wow, that was like
I did-
Walmart rolling back
I did
prices.
not do the bedcloths this year.
I know.
I did the rails.
Holy.
MH takes that very personally. That's why I'm laughing. That was
He
perfect.
should. That was a scratch. If you're Mark right now, you're sitting in your chair. You're like, how in the world did that ball? That had enough momentum to absolutely.
Yeah,
go
we're
in the
going to
hole.
take a look at the
That
replay.
was
on
a scratch, and that's
Here we
given
go.
Mike
So what happened?
no.
MH, what happened?
Oh,
How much?
What is going on there?
Would you drop a cigarette?
Yeah,
it could be a spot of chalk. You know what I
in the
mean?
world?
a spot of chalk.
Okay, now stop replaying.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my goodness!
Sorry, man. I mean, that really rocked out. I mean, if I was Mark
Well,
right now, I'd be wondering what the heck is going on.
I'd be running over there with just at least feeling it first and seeing if there's something on the. It could have been like a little spot of chalk or something. You know what I mean?
You want to go out there and brush it out?
I'm not going to interrupt him while he's,
I'm sorry, MH. I just
Wow. I just am putting myself in Mark's shoes right
let's
now.
be honest. There could have been a little chalk there, a little crumb of chalk,
Yeah, obviously.
right?
It could
One
have been a
little
chalk, it
wafer
could have been-
thin flake.
A flake.
There could also be
There we
a
go.
cigarette butt underneath the felt.
What a break! I think your only option here is solids, even though you don't like them,
Because you don't have a shop.
right?
You could, but you
It's
don't.
not bad though. It's not the worst, right?
Yeah, solids is right.
Definitely taking solids. You don't have a choice.
5 to maybe the 4. Maybe you're
5.
taking the 2
I'm
next.
trying to get on the 2 quick because the 2 leads to the 1, and the
I like
1
that.
6 is your big problem.
He's going to end up
Yeah,
bumping the
okay.
15 here, most likely.
What Ray said, yeah, you got to get rid of the one ball soon.
Ooh, fires it. Somehow doesn't hit anything. That was
That
okay.
is weird.
Look at this. One ball into. Oh, never mind. I
He
don't
could
like
have
it.
easily just played a much easier shot on the 4 and got nicer on that, on the 1.
I'm playing this one ball rail first, carom into the side.
Wow.
I think it's more likely to go in that way. It feels like it should just go straight off the side of the ball and not go to the rail. Oh, well, we don't know. He did hit the rail. Why do you feel that off the side rail would be your choice there, Ray?
Yeah,
I mean,
Ray.
At first, I looked at it just a regular carom, but the 14 is too far up table.
Okay. Yeah.
Where you want to create a different angle.
Right. Move it an inch or so, and you'd have played the other one. Yeah.
I felt that was obvious, MH.
Okay.
No explanation needed.
Oh, really?
Well, if you look at every
I
ball
always
as
ask
a
questions
rail,
if I don't know.
then it was.
Wait,
obvious.
what?
Some
Every
people think-
ball is a rail.
If you look at every
Every
single ball out
ball
there as just
is
a
a
rail,
rail.
then do you want to create a rail that's like skinny into that side, or do you want to create a rail that's fat into that
So
side?
you got to
So
say it one more time, Ray. What is
every
it?
ball is a
Every
rail.
ball is a rail.
Ow!
I see what you're saying there, yeah.
Every
All of a
ball is
sudden,
rail.
that phrase, which I've heard millions of times, which I always thought was just
Oh, really?
pointless and silly, I finally see the wisdom.
Oh, that's amazing.
You do? Oh, right. And
Play
you
it
know what?
10
It
more
takes some longer than others.
Yeah, I don't think MH is joking here. That's a compliment.
Yeah, no, play it 10 more times.
No. Well, maybe it is a joke.
No.
It took me a while to understand it as well.
But you're talking about specifically kissing off another ball.
Looking at that ball as a rail.
Right.
Yeah, but most shots, you don't kiss off another ball.
Correct. But if
Yes,
you are
you are-
bumping a ball, oh, sorry, Ray, I should let you
Yeah,
explain
no.
it. It is
no,
your
no.
phrase.
It's better if you explain it.
Well, what about though? Every rail is a ball, though, right? If you reverse it, does
Not
it
everyone.
still make sense?
Some of the. Can we just change it to some of the rail? Some of the balls are a rail. Or every. That's the part I have.
You're on your own, MH.
I just don't
Yeah.
get it. Maybe. Maybe.
It's a
Like
nice
I
try.
said, some people might never get it.
Yeah,
Progress is
My brain
very
just may
slow.
not be wired to understand it.
MH
So you're-
is still working on that side pocket. We'll get to the balls.
Meanwhile,
That one,
Oh my gosh!
it just rolls out like there's a magnet underneath there. Sorry, MH. That's just you erased it. I can't replay it anymore.
This should be erased. Yeah, it was probably a piece of chalk,
That's what I'm saying.
and it is a ton of moisture. It's just been raining
Well, look,
all day today.
There's 3 master chalks on the table. One of them is upside down, and anything
Oh.
can pop
Oh
off.
yeah, the upside down chalk.
Oh yeah, that's
It
gonna,
just leaves a little bit of residue everywhere.
especially right next to the rail there, right? Because eventually it gets pushed onto the table. I got your back, MH.
what about my front?
That's Ray.
Ooh, this is tough here. I was looking at the 6, but this is probably the shot, actually.
Wow, another 9-ball shot.
Love the way he hit it.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Because he's got the 6 on the side, or the 3.
Didn't want to be on the rail there, but he's fine.
Just slightly on the other side of the right angle here.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side of the 6, so he's going to be going away from the 3 if he shoots a 6. I like the 3 ball here, but now your line is tight to get on the 6. This is okay. This is better. Now in hindsight, this was what his choice was better than what I was talking about.
Where's he taking the 8? Overshoots it
Side.
side?
8 inside,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
You can go 1 rail, 2 rails, however you like this. I would have went just like that, 2 rails.
Oh, this is going to line up
Beautiful.
pretty darn perfect.
Hold on. Wow, I think it must have hit that chalk again over there.
Yeah, it jumped a little bit.
That was
Well, all of a sudden, tied up. Looked like he, from the beginning of this match, there was a few things that went wrong in the first couple of racks, which he was playing well in. And all of a sudden he was behind. But this is the first time in the match, I think, other than 0-0, that it's been tied up. Is that right?
Correct.
And that means he's only 1 game away from being ahead.
This could be
For
the
first
big
time.
game changer
For the
here.
First time. See how this break goes. See what the billiards gods have in store, because in addition to how you're playing, there's also that, especially on the break.
Second ball break.
Yeah, and opens up really much nicer that time. Well, look, it's weird that, isn't it? Looked like they were opening up, and then they will end up in the same quarter again, or at least down that way.
It's a problem you have with the second ball break.
That's why I like the third ball break.
Yeah,
Ball,
it
that's
was.
what I've been using.
Yeah.
I like this break. He both times he made a ball went in pretty quick. It didn't look like he smashed it either.
Yeah,
Control.
There's more control, and as long as you're making a ball, you get to control the game.
That's
he's all right.
Yeah.
He survived not tying the 12 ball up accidentally. I've done that often, where you have a nice open table and then you get a little
Where's it
tap you're
going?
not supposed to and lock things up again.
Does 14 go? You shoot the 14.
Yeah, he's on the. Yeah, he's got it. And the
Okay.
10 or the 15.
I'll just shoot the 14. Come down about where the 6 is. Shoot the 15.
I'd look at the 15 right now, just in case it looks nice from where he is.
yeah, but that's a ref shot. I mean,
Are we
it's-
sure he can see the 14?
no.
Well, I guess not. So yeah, it's the 10 and the 15. Both
Right.
of them are good. I can't reach the 10 ball. So here we go. He's playing the 15.
15.
Oh man,
Wow.
I'm surprised he's not
Oh,
getting.
he didn't hit it hard enough. So that was a sort of a safety, was it? Not really.
He probably didn't
sold
want
out.
to foul, so maybe he underhit.
He
it a
might have
little
been
bit.
afraid of putting energy into the 8 ball
Right.
and finding
That's a good point. Yeah.
because you can. I just lost a rack earlier against Susie that way.
I mean, when you're this close to the win, you don't want to lose a game by making the 8 early.
Yeah, but however, he didn't give himself a chance to make a ball there, and they are wide open, so that really shot was going nowhere unless it had something else about it. He really had to make that ball, but
I like putting some low on this because you want to shoot that 3 pretty quick. Otherwise, that 1-3 can be not as fun as it looks like.
yeah, because it does. You don't like it past the 7.
I mean, the
you'd
7
you'd
to
play
the
it
3
other
on
way.
the side is okay, but
Yeah, does the 3 go to the side?
Oh yeah, 3. Correct. So that 3 could be your last ball, couldn't it? In fact, I like that, and that's probably what he's doing right now.
it'd be
Simple, isn't it?
like 5,
Oh, and the
7,
one.
3.
I almost forgot the one.
Yeah, you got to go 3-1 now at the end. You could go 1-3, but 3-1.
I mean, he's eyeballing right now just to see if he wants to roll the 5 in and get the 1 ball next, just to get it out of there.
He just wanted to see if either one of those balls went to the side
Yeah,
immediately in the far side, 1 or 3, and I don't think either one does.
past the 10.
Ooh.
Aye.
Well, that's a safety.
If you're slow rolling, you better hit center pocket. But yeah, you're right. You do dominate the pocket if you do miss slow rolling. So that's a percentage point.
Right, and that's why his opponent here does have a bit of a problem himself now. And because other than the 14, everything is wide open.
Definitely, I'm shooting this 14 into the 5 and just sending the cue ball down table.
If you can manage to be safe that way, there's 3 other balls to go at though. How do you make sure he doesn't have a shot on the 3 ball?
Ooh, did not make the 5.
Didn't hit it thin enough. Put his ball into no man's land.
I think it's very difficult on that shot to have left it safe.
I was just saying safer than this. It doesn't have to be dead safe. You guys just got to make him work for it. This is night.
I think Stripes could have done better there by being more aggressive and trying to find a way to get on that last ball or bump it out somehow.
Ooh, hold on, Mom. Hold on. 50-yard line now. You do not want to be right in the middle there.
Yeah, either a little further or a little shorter, and it would have been a lot easier.
I don't even know which ball I'm taking now. I don't like either
Yeah,
one of these,
'cause
really.
You all of a sudden you try and hit this soft and you find yourself eclipsed by the snookered by the 8 or something, but he's hit
Oh,
that really
wow.
well. Yeah, he
That
controlled
was
that.
Sweet
Hit
speed.
that well.
I got to run to the restroom after this game, and it took me about 20 minutes to get to the mic, so I don't think I'm going to make it back. So this will be my last game, but this is a great match.
Do appreciate it, Ray, as always.
8 in the side or corner. It's one of those shots where you don't know until
Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Here, well, good job.
center pocket. I predict he'll hill.
So, not deterred that his opponent is drawn level. He's not going to let him get ahead. 2 away.
I just like how he shot this 1 to the 3. So easy to overhit this.
Yeah, and if you notice that, he fetched a nice little 90 degrees there. So it was a very low, he hit that very low, very soft. It was really just a 90 degree stun, tangent line type shot that he had to hit very low.
And he did it excellently. Mark's got the lead again. 2 more for victory. Mike with 7. Mark to break. Solid pop break.
Yeah, and in that kind of break, you don't have all the balls clustered on one side.
I think I like stripes. Even from just this limited view. Let's take a look at the overhead. Are there any problems? I like stripes. You can go with either one.
Yeah, I like them both.
The 6 seems a little...
I really like solids also
You
very
do?
much. Yeah.
I'm taking the 10.
If you could play the 1 right now.
I mean, you could take the 15. Let's see what he chooses. I mean, yeah, you can go either way.
Yeah, it's not right or wrong here, is it? Just find one that you can see a nice pattern. Nothing too crazy. But,
I like when they line up in the middle like that, where you can just go back and forth into the side.
And the 8 ball's kind of no problem, and you can get on the 8 from almost any ball. So there's no critical decisions, except for that doesn't mean you don't have to make serious, real decisions. You can't guess your way through it, meaning you have to pick a real full pattern here and visualize every shot.
You know, I actually kind of like the 12 first. A little bit of draw. Either take the 9 or the 14. 14 to the 15.
Yeah,
I'm changing my start.
yeah, you mean yeah. There's no 9.
Because I don't really like going 10 to the 11 and then trying to come back to the middle of the table. See, the 15 was like, Let's see how he's going to pull this off.
It's really important when you get into weird situations where you're not sure which one was the right one, to notice that it really doesn't matter, that as long as you find a good one, you have to really visualize the whole thing. It's not going to happen automatically.
This is tricky, though, right? Now you got to
Yeah,
put great position.
It's got a nice soft bump on the 6. Yeah, survived it.
Still alive.
But it is still tricky. Now he's got a little bit of angle on the 14 and doesn't want to let the cue ball drift down table.
You could shoot this off the 7 to straighten out the shot a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Or just commit to going down and back up. But
right.
It's I kind of like your idea off the 7. But you know what happens then? The 7 ends up freezing on the 8 or something. So there he is. He's now got himself in a bit of a pickle. He gently rolled that in. And the cue ball just went down table, which it naturally had to with that angle. Collided with another ball and stayed down there. But even if it hadn't hit that ball, I don't know if he really had. He may have, just might have been a bit short, but yeah, he had a chance to get a shot on the 11. But now he's got to shoot the 11 the long ways. He does have a shot here. Got to make this tricky shot in the long corner.
And somehow come out with
and
a
where's
cue
your position?
ball.
Yeah, you don't really get good position off it. So this next shot's going to be tough too, even if he makes this.
Which is why I didn't like starting with the 15. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Yeah, and that's how you've seen it. I've seen it so many times. I've done it a million times, taking really good looking positions, and all of a sudden, a few shots later, everything looks terrible. Now something tells me that this gentleman here is going to make sure he gets out. Yeah, and look at him holding his hand, covering his eyes, thinking, have a little chit chat to yourself. I've made it this far. I've been ahead the whole time. If only I'd taken that nice wide open table and done something more with it, I'd be on the hill now. But he mustn't stew because he's still got another act to play.
It's a tough one.
And this one's not over, of course, but
it's looking doable.
Well, the only thing is, the angle on the 1 is steep enough where he can't just sort of stop there or be where he wants to be. So he doesn't like it. Yeah, and the 4 ball, as long as you're on the right side and you don't have to collide into the 8.
He's going to have to come with one good positional shot here.
Yeah. But the good news for him here is there is a plan B and a plan C. So, yeah, he's got to get down table. Is he going to end up straight on the 1? That would be nice. Keep going a little further and you end up with the 2 in the side. And you might end up on the 4. But
right, a little too far. You can.
You hit that with inside English.
He did.
Which really sort of, he wanted to shorten up. He didn't want to go wide, but it also took all the speed out of it.
He shot it quick, though. He kind of just went at it. Maybe he didn't. A little unwanted.
And here's another one where
spin.
you'd like to hold it, but I think it's going to end up just drifting too far, so you've got to do something else.
Yeah, now you're just taking your medicine.
Well, it's getting worse, though, isn't it? He could roll straight into the 4 and play it safe and get the cue ball frozen behind the 8 if he wants to.
Not
you don't want to sell upon. Now the problem here is that a 4 ball comes back and screws it up.
Yeah,
I've messed things up that way before.
It happens all the time. Now the 4's tough too. So
but he couldn't risk getting it any much softer as the cue ball doesn't get there yet to really
correct
roll forward. But
so he got safe, but he caused a problem for himself.
Yeah, and Stripes has to be happy about that, which means Stripes can, as long as they can get a good hit here.
Just get a hit. And you're still in it.
And you don't want to leave him a really lovely shot on an angle on the 2 ball, but because he can get out with the right. But you got a chance. Well,
not bad. Mike, to shoot?
Yeah, no. Mark's got to be a bit worried because Mike definitely has a chance here to load across the table and end up shooting the 4 into the same pocket. Oh, he hit that hard. Wow.
Oh, wow. You know, all that effort, and he still has an
Well,
opportunity
he
here.
obviously was going to tap into those, but that line he had, he could have just hit it softer and played,
Now,
his position on the floor.
is the safe harder than the bank?
Well, and that's not the only factor, though. So, yeah, you can ask that question, but the safe's not very safe, even if you do play it.
Exactly.
So
So you got to go for it,
go for it, yeah. Because if you make the bank, you just win the rack.
and you're probably going to
Good
get
good chance to win the
position.
rack. But if you, I don't really know exactly what your safe was. Try and look at that
Oh,
shot.
oh, man, that ball is.
That is, yeah, hit your
This
button
is
there.
going to be a tester. I'm going to want both of
I
these.
think he's
for
going to have no
replays.
problem with it. The way he's been playing, he's determined, he's focused. He's going to pound this into the back of the hole. And he's rolling it. Okay.
Oh,
And that was a great bank shot.
It was.
Let's have a
It
look at that
was.
bank
We
shot
are going
again.
to bring that back for the replay right here.
And so that answers your question, Mr. G. In this scenario, if he hit it right, 100%, his opponent gets no chance. The other way, the safety, all he has to do is get a good hit, and he's still in the rack.
Correct. You can tell Mark's feeling it.
Yeah, and that's right. And so Mike has done well there to really punish him
He needs a refill.
for that mistake. And so he's really he's been punished sitting in the chair there, having to watch this. He's lost his lead again, or lost the lead again. This rack's big because one of them's going to be on the hill after this.
Right. Effectively a race to 2. We're 2 hours in. Pretty fast match. Sticking with the second ball break.
Wow.
I think you got to shoot the 2 at first glance. Let's take a
Well,
look at
what about the
overhead.
one?
You got to worry about that stuff later.
Oh, I thought from the other angle, I thought he could cut the 1 onto the 6, the combination, and just sort of go for it. But of course, you don't really want to open up those stripes that you'd be plowing into. So no, that's probably not a good idea. Yeah, you shoot the 2.
I like claiming.
Yeah,
solids.
correct. No, I agree with you. Shoot it. Yeah, exactly. Ideally, you'd shoot the 2 and just come back a little bit to give yourself an angle on the.
I mean, unless he can see the 7 into the 4.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'd want to be setting for the 3-6 combination with an angle where the cue ball can just tap the 1 and then you're out. Then you're golden.
Wow.
But one of these shots has to.
Talk about confidence, huh?
Oh yeah, and he's not shying away from any shots.
I mean, that 2 ball, easily missable. Long shot, stay down.
He's got to. He knows that before he pulls the trigger here, and he is about to pull the trigger, so he's got a plan for the 1 ball. He's going to go into the 1 ball right now when he shoots the 6. And that leaves him a nice little shot, possibly on the 7 in the side. It's a nice little shot, this. He's not going to hit this hard. He's just going to play a little tap into it. And look at how nicely that opens everything up. So that was really, really nicely played shot, that, which now, as you can see,
Just trying to see
has given him a chance to finish this rack.
the angle on the 1 is doable. If he would like to take that in the side. Looks like 7. Side, roll out for the 3.
Okay, yeah, he wanted to deliberately get a good bump, and he's on both balls.
I'm still taking the 3 because you can roll forward just gently, and you got the 1 in the side. You got to worry about the 8, but there's no
And
reason
then
to
it's a similar shot.
overcomplicate.
It's kind of the same shot on the 8. Roll that in the side, but
I
neither
like
of those
that.
shots are you straight on, and when you shoot them,
It looks like
he
he's
might be
drawing
drawing back.
Wow.
Because he loves this position better. And if you're happy
That's
and
confidence.
confident, yeah, absolutely, because he knew he underhit that.
Wow.
If you underhit that, he knew he was going to be eclipsed by the 8 ball. Yeah, but if you hit that at the perfect speed, like he did, you end up with a really nice position. I think the Mark Hottmann fans out there are going to be a little bit concerned right now. You don't even know for sure he's going to get another shot.
Oh, he almost regretted that one. Let's see what we've got here for a replay queued up. It's the 6 ball where he bumps the 1 out nicely and continues to run that rack out. 9-8. Mike in the lead. Race to 10. Mike is on the hill. 1 game to go.
Was that was a break and run, right? Was it?
Yeah, I think it was because he started with the 2 and worked his way around. Yeah.
And this is really what you want to, how you want to finish a match, isn't it? Just run a couple in a row and be done. Your opponent, no matter what he's thinking, is
right.
He's really stewing. And of course, when Mark really had that game where he would have been ahead, and he kind of made a little error there, and we haven't seen him since. And all of a sudden,
it's not over yet, though.
It's not over yet. But he's going to be nervously watching this break.
Ooh, that looked like a 3rd ball break.
Do the replay.
Yeah, I mean, if you really, let's see if we can get this replaying quick before.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of 3rd ball breaks actually for a while now, and
Okay, now you're gonna have to watch this real carefully. If we're gonna get a chance, yeah, okay, watch this. Does it hit the 1? No, it was a 3rd ball break. I'm telling you.
I couldn't see it. I need to look again.
We'll have to go slow motion, probably. Yeah, could do that.
Can you? Go on then. Impress the audience with your production values.
Oh, it's been so long since I've done any of that, though. I don't know. Here, we'll bring it down. But I got to get it to the point where we'll see if I can do it. Got a lot of thought going into this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big decision here. He's happy to be at the table, but has he got a plan here? He's going to go at stripes. He's going to just try and run these. That's right. Just keep. Oh, come on now.
Oh, it's just going to hang.
That one you cannot blame the poor
No,
table
I did not.
installers for.
No, that was underhit slightly.
And that is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, they're talking about did he hit a rail?
Oh,
And Mike says he's not even gonna. He's not gonna worry
because the
about
15 has to. Oh, that's so close.
it. Right. All right. So we'll.
Well, look how close the 15
Here,
is to.
real
being-
quick. Here's slow motion. Oh, that's still tough.
I think you're right there.
I don't know anymore.
Because the one ball just flew out of there. The 14.
That's what I'm saying. I
third
don't
ball.
know. I gotta make it even slower.
I didn't. It's kind of like blinked. I don't
Yeah.
see the frame. Can you not give us just one frame at a time?
Oh man, not without missing this game.
Yeah. All right, this is more important. But
Yeah.
Well, if Mark had hit that ball just one fraction harder, you'd have a chance to be hill. But he doesn't know if he's going to get back to the table.
That's a chance you take. Solids are looking.
If he could just negotiate, he can't shoot the 4 right now, and so you'd have to get back on these unless he wants to play this combination, which is missable. And what do we say about shooting missable shots when you don't have to?
This is a tough one, though. You take the 6 so you can get on the 4, but then you're leaving the 1 stranded. But maybe you can go 6, 4, 7 back to the 1 as the key ball.
Oh, yeah, but then you've got to really rely on that shot from the 7 to the 1.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, maybe you have to.
I would be okay with that.
Now,
See,
he may have
drew it
drawn back. He was hoping to get on the 4. He may have drawn back to exactly the same
Yeah.
problem that he just had moments ago and achieved nothing there.
So
Now he's going to do it again.
He's got to take the 7.
And this works. This is all right, actually. I don't mind the 7 at all now. if he has enough angle that he can follow, and he's not straight. Up and down. Let's see what he does here with the 7. You're hoping to leave the cue ball. Oh, he's gone too far.
Touch too far.
Somewhere in between the 4 and the 1, and they may both go in their own side pockets, but he's given that a little bit more of something or other. But he's still got a shot here. And this is the key shot. Because not only does he have to make that ball. Oh, look at that.
He hits them nice.
Yeah. He's made that very simple, hasn't he? He's realized that he can hit it soft enough, and he's perfect on the 1. He doesn't want... he's going to play the 8 in the other side pocket.
I guess off the rail comes nicely. Straight in shot on the 8. I think that's all she wrote.
Well, that's... Mark's going to really wish he could have taken his mulligan on... probably just one shot would have done it, like 3 racks ago or something of that nature. Well played by both players. Mike Saunders, who will come back next week, presumably. Where's he from?
I haven't had time to look through any of the stuff, but we are going to bring those back since Mike is going to be coming back, not next week because of ACS, but the week after.
Gotcha.
And then we'll get that going. We're a little short-handed today. I do appreciate you, MH, not going home, raking the leaves.
Oh yeah, my wife's gonna kill me.
I know. I'm telling you, I do appreciate it because you could have you wanted to leave like 8 games ago. So thank you very much.
Yep, thanks for having me. Oh.
Thank you everyone who's viewing and who will view, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Any last parting words, MH?
Nope.
Come on, you've got some wisdom.
Oh, do I? No, I was just going to say that Mike Saunders is playing really, really good, and he's going to come back in 2 weeks, and I like his style. He's aggressive, but he's not. But he's still got a plan. It's not like he's whacking at everything, because you can tell the way he picked off some of those that he's planning ahead, and he's not content to just not see all the way.
No, this is great. 18 games in 2 hours.
Yeah.
If I could commentate matches like this, I'm happy. Because a lot of times this will go 3, 4, 4.5 hours. So I'm going to just say that right off the bat. This makes pool great.
No, I do. I'll just leave everybody with parting words of wisdom.
All right, you do it.
The only B word you should ever call a woman is beautiful, because the bitches love it when you do that.
Oh, I knew I should have muted it. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you in 2 weeks.